Good morning. It's Monday. I hope you had a great weekend. I hope you treated your mother's perfectly. You did something to help her out. It was Mother's Day yesterday. Gary and the boys took me to a park about 45 minutes away. We took the dogs with us. We took the dogs walking. We walked all throughout this really, really beautiful park. And then afterwards we got pizza. We ate it in the car because we couldn't eat it there. And then came home and we had a great night. It was fun. All right, your read aloud. A fable, The Wind and the Sun. So there you see the sun, there you see the wind, there you see a person. Let's see what happens. Oh, it's a small chapter book. It's 4 chapters. And this is an Aesop's fable retold by Elsie Nelly. Remember, fables and folk tales usually were told over and over again by mouth until someone finally wrote them down. And this is illustrated by Mercadot Omni. All right, let's see. Chapter 1. That's cool pictures. Oh, it's like a tornado there. Got windy, and the sun's kind of looking on. A problem. One day, a long time ago, the wind said to the sun, "I am so strong, I can rip huge trees out of the ground, and I can make roofs of houses fly up into the air." That's what wind is saying. I wonder what sun's going to say to that. The sun thought for a moment and then said, "But I am strong too. I can melt ice and turn it into water. And in summer the fields are brown. I make them change color." So the sun can melt things and make things grow. "But that doesn't mean you are stronger than me," cried the wind. "I can make waves as high as mountains. I am so strong I can blow sailing boats up into the land. People feel afraid and stay inside when I turn into a storm." That's true. We had a bad storm around here yesterday. A tree was knocked down in my neighbor's yard. So wind can do that. "That may be so," said the sun quietly, "but without me, there would be no life on earth." And that is for surely true. You would not have trees and flowers. Just then the sun looked down on the town and noticed a young man walking on a path. "Wind, do you see that man down there walking along slowly, wearing a heavy coat and a warm hat?" asked the sun. "Let's see which one of us is able to make him take off his coat. Then we will know who is stronger." "That's a good idea," said the wind. "I'll go first. This one will be so easy for me." So the problem is, like, look how interesting, it says a problem right here. So they're having a contest. Who's gonna be stronger if you can make the man take off his coat? Okay. So chapter 2, wind goes first. Ooh, look at that wind. "The wind huffed and puffed and huffed and puffed. Leaves blew off the trees. Clouds sped across the sky. Umbrellas were blown inside out. The young man put a hand up to hold his hat in place, but he was too late. The wind had already tossed it up into the air." The man turned up the collar of his coat. He's not going to take it off. He's getting cold. And pulled it tighter around himself. "What's happening to the weather?" he thought. "Suddenly it's so windy I can hardly stand up." The wind was disappointed because he hadn't been able to make the man take off the coat. Oh, I see. This is the chapter title. The wind goes first. So he's not winning right now. Son, are you watching?" cried the wind. "This time I'll get the man to take off his coat." The wind whistled and roared. Doors slammed and windows shook. But the young man only pulled his coat more tightly around himself and hurried down the path. "Oh dear," groaned the wind. "Look at him. He's still wearing his coat. Yes, grinned the sun. It must be my turn now. Didn't take off his coat. The wind doesn't look like it's winning. Chapter 3, the sun's turn. Now I'm sure he's thinking, wow, it's hot. I'm taking this off. The sun shone down gently on the man and spread sunlight all around. The sky turned blue again and the air became warm. What a strange day it is today, said the young man. It's freezing 1 minute and then warm the next. So he stopped and began to undo the buttons of his coat. The young man looked around for a shady tree where he could rest for a moment. And it says right here, the sun's turn. The sun grew brighter and brighter. It's like a summer day, the young man thought. I will have to take off my coat. Even though he found shade, he's like, ooh, this is still hot. Chapter 4, who is stronger? Look, he took off his jacket. The sun was delighted. Wind, look what the young man is doing, the sun cried. He's taking his coat off his coat. I won. The wind was surprised. Why couldn't I get him to take off his coat, he asked. I thought I was much stronger than you. The wind is kind of pouting. You tried very hard, the sun said kindly, but today it was better to be gentle and warm than to be big and strong. Aww. So that's the lesson. Aesop's fable, they usually have a lesson. So sometimes it's better to be gentle and warm compared to being big and strong. That was the lesson. Yay! So that was your read loud. The wind and the sun. All right, I'll see you soon.